this is Wallace Patterson. Thank you for joining us this evening, or today, evening our time. I'd like to introduce you to some clients of mine, as well as friends of mine, because clients do become friends over time. So this is Julie and Peter and Linda. And tonight we're going to be just having a casual conversation about how they have benefited and what it's been like, you know, working with me. It sounds a little egotistical, I know, like, you know, how do you like me? But it's not like that at all. It's simply my wanting to have people who are real and have experience working with me to share their thoughts and share their ideas and perhaps share, you know, the outcomes that has occurred for them by way of, you know, doing that. And when we're done with that, I'm going to do a little shameless self-promotion on a new product that I'm bringing out on the 17th of March. But we'll leave that till the end and my bit of shameless self-promotion. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have a little chat with Linda. And Linda, you've done a little bit of work with me with my Soul Wisdom Oracle cards. You purchased and you wonderfully came back and asked for some more or purchased some more, and some of my books When I Learned to Dance with Life, so I best hold them up because you won't know what the dickens I'm talking about. So Linda purchased those, and how did you find that, Linda? What did you get out of that?
Oh, they're really inspiring. They were really energetic cards, the cards, and I've been pulling a card a day, just as a touch base with the universe, universal energy, and they've been fabulous, and they've been affirming and insightful, and just days when you think, oh well, even when they, I personally couldn't relate to what was going on, but by the end of the day, true enough, it was just like right on point.
Yeah.
Every time.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it when I hear that, because the more I've used those Soul Wisdom Oracle cards with people, the more I'm finding that that is exactly how it is. That I get that time and time and time and time again. So it's very affirming and, uplifting for me too, because, when you produce something you go, oh, I hope that people really, really benefit from this. Yeah. So I'm glad that you've benefited from it. Thank you for sharing that. We'll come back to you perhaps on, some further thoughts around that and a little bit of a, chat at the end. But I'd like to, move along to Peter. Peter, we've worked together and we've done, some things together in relation to your life and things around you that have been happening. And, you've, had a copy of the book to go through, and perhaps you might share some comments that you had about the book itself. And, and in relation to, working with me. How has that been and how have you found that?
It's been uplifting and insightful. I've been diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and I've sort of struggled with that for the last 12 months. And then we sort of sat down at the beginning of this year and we started to talk about my life and the things that were affecting it and my approach to various things, which wasn't always the most positive way of tackling things. And you've sort of helped me get over the depression that I was feeling, and I've been sort of talking to the GP about that as well. And so talking to you has been fantastic, because you've really helped me to look inside myself and think about my life and where it's headed and what's motivating me and the people around me, including my partner Carmel. And it's been inspiring, and probably one of the things, the last probably month I suppose, and we've been chatting for the best part of 2 months, maybe a bit longer.
Yes.
But the last 3 to 4 weeks have been really terrific, and I've really felt more like my old self, which has been absolutely first class.
Fantastic.
And
Fabulous.
I was talking to my sister last week on the phone, and she said, "Pete, you sound fantastic. You sound just like your old self." And that was a really, I felt blessed in a sense that, she recognised that Peter was back,
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
the energy was back. And I'm still, energy levels are a challenge because of the chemotherapy and all that stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But the one thing that you did get me to do, and I found extremely powerful, is to look in the mirror in the morning and at night and basically say, "Peter, I love you and I want you to know that," about 10 times. And that's evolved into a real conversation now. And
Fantastic.
I sort of chat about the day and tell myself that I've had a great day knocking around with you, and that I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And it's been terrific. It's really been helpful. And I haven't felt a lot of physical things, although the first couple of times I did it, I actually felt like a bit of a tingle in my body. And that was just terrific. But now I sort of talk about the day, talk about what we did together, the two of us, the guy in the mirror and me.
Yeah.
And
I love it, I love it.
it's
I
been
love it.
really, really worthwhile. And
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
Yes.
I love it, I love it.
and also in the mornings now I'm sort of challenging myself to say, okay, today we're going to tackle this together. And then another interesting thing, I love numbers, and I sort of play in my mind with numbers on number plates, and often you'll see a number plate that adds up to a number. So I say to myself, I love you 24/7, 365. And if you add 24 and 7 and 365, it adds up to 396. And it's just an interesting relationship with the number 3.
Oh, yes.
And so it's just one of those things. And I just think there's something in there. I haven't quite worked it out
Yeah,
yet,
that's fabulous.
but it's been great. It really has. And I feel like a new man.
Because obviously, my, passion is, helping people with, their mind and mindfulness and, this whole transformational area.
Mm.
But I'm also, of course, really promoting this area around, being prosperous and having an abundant life.
Mm.
So those areas were of a challenge to you as well, weren't they?
Most definitely.
And so has the work that we've done together been helpful in that respect?
It has. There's little things that you've said, the universe will provide, or the greater being, or God, depending on
Yes.
where you come from and what you believe in.
Whatever you want to call
And it's amazing some days, because I'm trying to get back to work. One of the issues has been that I haven't been able to really do too much of servicing and repairing machines, which is one of the things that I do. And but it's quite interesting, like today, even an invoice that I raised a week or 10 days ago, there was the money in the bank today, and like it just arrived, perfect timing, just
Yes.
when it was needed.
Yes.
And you sort of think about, gee God, that was pretty neat, Oh, God, that was,
Yeah,
that was really
I
good.
love it. It's
You know?
called living in the miracle realm.
yeah,
I
it's just
love it.
terrific.
It's so
He
perfect.
hasn't won the lottery for me yet,
Yes,
but
well,
one day that might happen.
living
But
in the miracle
Little
zone.
bits at a time.
is
Yeah,
all-
absolutely. One step at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about being open and surrendering to, the abundance and the possibilities of life.
Mm.
Julie, thank you for coming along tonight to, be part of this. And we've known each other for quite some time, and you supported and purchased the Soul Wisdom Oracle cards when I first, brought them out into the marketplace. How did you find those, and what did you think about those? And I know you came back and purchased them for friends, so
Yeah, actually, I really admired the set because they are a beautiful set, and the colours and the birds, the writing, everything about them is fantastic. And because there was a bit of a lapse between when I'd first seen them and before I actually got some from you, I didn't have a chance to actually use them for myself, and it's only been, I suppose, in about the last 8 weeks or so that I've actually used them myself, because I thought, now, these cards, I've had them sitting on my coffee table looking at me since I came out of hospital, and I thought, oh, I'll just have a go at these cards. Probably got a lot of hogwash, but I'll pull one out.
Absolutely.
And it was not long after I'd spoken to you, and you said things will take time to happen, but it will happen. Anyway, I pulled out a card, and it was so appropriate to how I was feeling that day, and also what might happen to me that day. And I thought, oh, there might be something in this pack of cards. So I've been using them ever since. Not every day, but every now and again that pack of cards on my coffee table speaks to me. Take a card.
Absolutely.
And because they were so lovely, and I have friends who really like their cards. If they have other sets of cards, and we've quite often used them when we've sort of had our little groups together. And I thought I needed a gift to give to them, because they were very supportive to me when I wasn't well. And so I've given them each a gift, and they absolutely adore them.
I
They love them.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah.
And just so I can lean across and grab the cards, these are the Soul Wisdom Oracle cards, and they are really quite beautiful, and they are wonderful. And that's been, the general feedback from people, even if I say so myself. And they are actually spot on when you use them. Not long ago, I gave a talk to some group of solution-oriented counsellors, and I actually used the cards on the day, which might seem quite strange in that sort of situation, but I used the cards on the day, and they were totally spot on with the people. I gave them out to everybody in the room, but I only picked, just by intuition, picked out 1 or 2 people, or 3 people or something, that I actually spoke with about their particular card. And one of them was a man around fear, and before I even got to talk to him about his card, he talked about fear and what he felt and so on and so forth. And then he showed me the card of fear. And in the afternoon, in the latter part of the session, it was such a turnaround for that man. He was so different. It was like a totally different person had entered the room, and it was so, I felt so blessed and so uplifted to be in that position. So so thank you from my heart for being part of the video and for expressing what you've gotten from working with me, and it's just a snapshot, I assure you, of those people that I've been able to work with and support and hopefully uplift and enhance their life and have them realise that they are absolutely amazing and they're spectacular. But before I go, my bit of shameless self-promotion is that I have now put onto what I'm calling a CD, but it'll be a downloadable, and it's a hypnotherapy. It's called The Prosperity Switch, A Millionaire Habit, and this will be available on the 17th of March to purchase and download. And if you're one of the first 200 people to purchase that downloadable, you'll also receive a free copy of my ebook called Living in the Miracle Realm. And so 17th of March it'll be released, but this is called Eliminate Stress and Worry Around Money, and it is a prosperity hypnosis. So the hypnosis, it's about an hour, the whole session, but that's also with the preliminary. So the session itself, which will be cut on a separate track, which you'll be able to use over and over and over and over again, is about 30-40 minutes, and it's around prosperity. It's all about prosperity and having abundance and money in your life. So it's $19.95 for the first 200 people that order or register interest, and it will be then $19.97, and it'll be $39.97 after that. So it's called the Prosperity Switch, a Millionaire Habit, and it's a hypnosis downloadable based on prosperity and abundance. And thank you for being here tonight, my clients and fabulous friends. And I thank you so much.
Thanks for the
And
opportunity.
thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you also lead a blessed and abundant life. Thank you. Until next time, this is Wallace signing out.